Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you like my channel, please like and subscribe. There is a notifications bell down at the corner that will let you know as to when I'm going live. Okay. Do you ever have one of those days where things don't go seriously wrong, but a lot of things go mildly wrong, so much so that it's just irritating? Today is definitely one of those days. So I want to start out actually first by, hi Megan, by giving a huge thank you. I had put out a call on one of my vlogs for foot care items because we're seeing a lot of foot care related injuries. People coming in who have like diabetes and things and then get fungal infections. It's really serious. And in this wet weather, a lot of people don't have anything dry to change into. They don't have any extras. So by giving a clean, dry pair of socks and, antifungal treatment and things like that, it's really, really important. So somebody sent antifungal treatment and socks, and I want to say thank you so very much. Those will be distributed tomorrow. Hi, Lotus Blossom. Hi, Karen. Hi, Roxy. It's nice to see all you guys here, especially since you don't do the countdown thing anymore. It's just boom and you're online. I'm not complaining. It's kind of nice. um, I'm not sure what the countdown thing is. But doing good, Charlene. So what was I was just discussing this, and actually I've discussed this before, that I have to wait to address comments, or I get distracted in what I'm trying to say. That I was talking about foot care and that will be distributed tomorrow. Um, so and it's funny because there's like a dual personality thing going on, I guess. And part of me really just likes, especially when I'm not out and doing what I do with people, and in consulting and in the work I do, when I am working at home, I don't really like getting to know people and and being real. I like kind of staying to myself. Um, and so for some reason, and I know it's not for some reason, it's a very good reason. It's because I'm good at what I do. And one of the things that I had thought about is, yes, I may like staying to myself, but in the scope of a larger picture, it's the same work that I do outside, like in the greater Seattle area. Um, but it's kind of local. And so what we were talking about is we noticed that a lot of people in the building don't know one another. There's this lack of like a community cohesion. And so they asked me if I would be willing, since I do work from home, to be able to kind of get some community stuff together. So today they picked up like decorations. So what it is basically is, first we're starting with a bulletin board. In other words, a place where centralized notes can be hung up. If like like in the summertime when I have like extra herbs or something that I'm growing, I can say free herbs, whatever, contact 401, which I think is great. But it'll lend to that when we finally on our balcony thing get like a barbecue station. People can come and barbecue. We can have a community night, or something like that. But something that will, even if we don't get up in each other's business, we can still know who our neighbors are and spend time getting to know one another and build that community. And I think that's really important, is building that sense of community, making sure that people feel like they're part of that community and interacting within it in healthy ways. So yay. So I go down to decorate this bulletin board, our first little try. And so I pick up the materials, the stapler, put it in my little pocket. I'm walking over there, open the one side with the key, go to open the other side, and it wasn't quite working. I go like this, and the key crumbles off. I'm like, so I go into the office. I'm like, I'm so sorry. So now he has to find out another way to lock that side and unlock that side. So he's probably going to have to call a locksmith on Monday. So that did not go according to plan. But because I've just really kind of went through it in the last couple weeks, I decided I was going to order pizza. And so when the pizza came, I knew what kind he was having. So I immediately hit the office and was like, take a couple slices, come on, it's a day. Plus, it keeps me from eating too much. You know what I mean? I'm going to address some comments now. Let's see. John, I took a pic. Paint it for me. Maybe you can keep it. I just want a copy, please. Um, yeah, if you want to, I believe I have my email address. I don't think I have it I have it somewhere, but if you go onto Facebook, Manda J Artistry, if you want to commission a painting, that's fine at some point. And we can discuss all that, size and all of that. Q family, hi, how are you? And okay, so what I also wanted to talk about as well is I was thinking about this the other day, and I can be a very bubbly person, and it's just like I have this light inside my soul, and it comes bubbling out, and it's a thing. And but there was a lot of times, like especially when I was unhoused, that I really took a hit. People would say stuff like, well, you're intelligent, aren't you? Why are you out here? Or, if you did this, you wouldn't be out here, or whatever. And so when I did get housed and I started deciding what I was going to do as far as professionally, um, it was rather difficult because I had this view of the way people thought of me and what I could do and tempering that with what I believed I could do. And one thing I have to say, and I saw a meme that related to it or something the other day, and it was pretty much this: don't talk yourself out of rooms that you belong in. In other words, you belong there. Persevere, gather information, but whatever you want to do, believe in yourself. Because that right there is the battle. You have to believe you can do something before you do it. So I would definitely say, that's a struggle that I know I'm not the only one that has. And being taken seriously. A lot of people when they look at people with lived experience, they there's stigma attached to having, even though people want to hear from people with lived experience, there's a stigma attached that you have lived experience, and maybe sometimes people don't feel like you're as educated as you might be on certain things. And so it's really important, I think, especially when you're dealing with such important issues such as human rights, to stand your ground, educate yourself, know what you're talking about, stand your ground, and don't talk yourself out of a room where your voice needs to be heard. So that was just something I wanted to address. Maybe somebody else feels that way as well, and feels like maybe, at times it can be a little overwhelming, especially, when you see these amazing people that are doing this amazing work, and it can feel a little overwhelming. But if you're in that situation, you belong. Believe in yourself, believe in what you do, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't change the world, because you can, and we all do every day. What you want to do is change it for the better. But everybody changes the world on a daily. That's how that ripple effect works. Addressing comments again. You're welcome, John. Charlene, is that your phone or screen door? Because I hear birds. That is actually my ringtone for messages. Let's see. I got a photos notification and I took a couple pictures. I took this one. Okay. So I love photography. It's another thing of mine. And today I was out with Rowan because it was finally, there was some sunshine. And I was passing there's these little rose bushes out front. And they had just the perfect little droplets of water mixed with the perfect color. So I stood there and took pictures of leaves for a hot second. It's up on my Instagram, but I love it. Um, we are good visiting my kiddos in Florida, and I sing you online. I'm glad you're good. Enjoy it. Enjoy the warmth. Darren, everything is great. Let's see, Karen. I think everyone has that problem in different degrees. Yeah, I know it's a thing, and a lot of there is something called imposter syndrome, and I think it's similar, but I think it's much different in the fact of it isn't necessarily that I feel as if, or I don't know how other people feel, but so I'm going to talk from a very personal level. I think that it isn't that I don't think that I know what I'm talking about. I do. I know that I am knowledgeable. I know that I do everything I can to be as educated as possible on the subjects that I address. But I also know that I am floored, amazed on a continual basis by the people that I work with. And so to be in that space, sometimes there's to be in that space sometimes can be a little amazing. And and especially when you work with people that you truly respect. Um, and I do. The people that I know work tirelessly to try to do everything they can to save lives, like literally save lives. And I think that's a big deal. And so I have a lot humbling. That's what it is. It's humbling. It's humbling to be in a room full of all of these amazing people and still have a voice. And so if anybody ever feels, okay, I got to turn the ringer off. This is just getting ridiculous. I apologize for all of that. Apparently, Google Photos just wanted to go a little ham there for a minute. But mainly my point was, hey, get out there, you know, believe in you, believe in what you do. Let's see. Okay, glasses are coming down, so don't mind the glare. Okay, what is my Instagram? Ooh, I will. Just 1 second. Ta-da. Is Manda J. Richer. There. It belongs in a frame on a wall. People would totally buy it. Yeah, that's a good one. I do believe that I absolutely love photography or artwork because I believe that it's part of my soul. And so when I'm walking down and walking Rowan and I can see those little raindrops and droplets just like calling to me with these sparkles on top of this amazing color, I want to capture that. I want to show that moment maybe to somebody else that can see it the way I did. So thank you. I appreciate that, Megan. Do you like man age 3? Okay, that's enough of that. CBT, hi, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Today has been one of those days where like just things have gone a little crazy wrong, even to the point of I had a YouTube channel a long time ago, but not like one that I posted on. It was just one that, like everybody has that they watch stuff on. And then I started this one. And so I went on to vlog and I did like this 5-minute vlog, but there was like no interaction and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And it was like under the other one. And so it was like, I kind of just gave up a little bit. I was like, well, because I didn't have like um, a concrete subject. I just kind of wanted to give thank yous, talk about what's being done, very exciting things. Tomorrow, I'm going to go pick up some donuts and I'm going to do like a donut coffee thing. I have some community liaison work. I got to ask people to fill out surveys, and they're kind of long, so it's going to be a little bit of a chore, but we'll make it work. I need moderators. I do. I'm not sure how to do that. I'm still learning on all of this, and I think that sometimes I don't put as much time as I should into vlogging, but I do wear a lot of hats, and so this is kind of a side thing, and I will get better at it, and I will learn more. Um, Art comes directly from this parcel. It does. Um, I feel it deeply, and I can notice it even in the textures, in the colors that I use. My Yeah, it changes even with you know my feelings, my emotion. Um, have I been baking anything yummy lately? I have been trying really hard. Um, I will be honest. The best thing I baked the last was probably, yeah, it's been a minute. I don't think I've baked anything worth anything in a hot minute. I think the last thing maybe was the strawberry cream rolls. It's I run through I that's the thing is I'll run through like stages. Like there's been like a 2-week period now where my brain has just like floored itself. Like hit the brakes, don't know what's going on, haven't been able to really focus on anything. And I had to talk with one of the directors of a nonprofit I'm working with and be like, I haven't given up on this because it's a research project. I'm like, I haven't given up and I'm not just leaving it at this, but I can't think right now and my processing's really slow. So give it a few days. I'll be back on top of it, but please just be patient with me. But that's something that's really great is because I can say that to people I work with and be like, hey, like it isn't an excuse. Brain injury isn't an excuse, but it is definitely a reason that sometimes things just go awry. And I've learned to live with it, and for the most part, I work around it, so it works out. Let's see, I go in spurts and bake. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and it's like a run. Like all of a sudden, I will go on this baking run, and everything's gorgeous and Instagram worthy, and oh my gosh! And then the next one is like what I did the other day. I made oatmeal butterscotch chocolate chip cookies, and I was so excited because I really love oatmeal butterscotch together. And I didn't add enough flour, and they were just so flat. And I was like, man, so I put the rest of the cookie dough because, lazy, in a sheet for like bars. But it just was like it was all crumbly. And by the end of it, I just crumbled it all up into crumbs, like big crumbs, and then whipped up a bunch of whipping cream, not a bunch, like a little bit of whipping cream. Took all the crumbs, mixed it in the whipping cream, put it in muffin tins, and threw it in the freezer. It was so yummy, but it was totally a mistake. So at least I'm creative with the mess ups. um, you work with the homeless never ends. You have a heart of gold, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, the thing is I really think that we have to step up with humanitarian efforts. Um, it blew me away to be unhoused. Like there was just really like nowhere to turn. Like it didn't matter who you asked for help. It was still at least like a year you're going to be out there. And now I just want to, I'm not nice by any means. It did, I'm not running around like, sugar plum fairy. I believe in kindness, and I believe that if it comes, let people survive. Oh my gosh, like yeah, there's so much work to be done, and there's so many facets of that work from like One Health Clinic. One Health Research Clinic out of UW. That's one scope. Then there's Seattle Dogs. That's one scope. You've got Seattle Harm Reduction Coalition. We've got all these facets covered, but it's working within that in a manner that is cohesive and brings all those together, and we all know what each other are doing it. So that's what we're really working on right now. I remember when we were walking to the beach and there was a bumblebee, which I barely even noticed, but immediately zoomed into the camera, completely absorbed and gave me a perfect shot. I know, and bees are some of my favorites. Bees and hummingbird. I say favorites, but I just really love life. And there are so many ways to see just the amazingness that surrounds me on a daily level. It's my choice whether to find it. It's my choice whether I'm going to look for it or not. But it's there. And that I can literally walk within not even a block and find something breathtaking in my view to photograph, like those leaves. It was just off to the side, but those droplets just hit it just perfect, Roxy, baking is my thing too, more fun than cooking. I like them both. Both is definitely my jam. It's soothing. It's like heart healing for me. Um, I had a very, very rough childhood, but that was one thing that was really great was my grandmother was a source of safety for me, and she was very big into baking and cooking. And so that was some of my favorite moments with her was at the stove doing that. Um, it was very good. You definitely have photography in your heart. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate that. And that's the thing though, is you just keep doing something and persevere. If you love it, keep doing it. If it speaks to you, do it. If you want to do it, do it. You want to change the world? Don't let people tell you you can't. Especially if you're making the efforts to change the world and they tell you that you can't. Don't even listen. Oh, thank you, Matt. Goodbye. Good night. Be safe out there. I have to go to work. It was nice talking to you. You too, the CBT, and you have a great day at work or night. I'm not sure where it is for you. So are there any questions or comments? Anybody? I said that and Rowan's tail just went. Ro, what you doing? I love it when she wags her tail in her sleep. I think that's the greatest. Sorry. Okay, everybody. I hope you have a great evening, great weekend. When I go out tomorrow and take pictures of harm reduction, I have to be very careful about faces and things and that. But I'd like to put together a small video so you guys can kind of see what's going on and what we do. Again, thank you so much for your donations, everything. Your love and support is so appreciated. Love you guys. Sending all of my love out. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.